Yo, what's good, everybody? Salute. It's the pregame show. Divine, Shaw Powers, Knicks, Houston Rockets in Houston tonight, man. We go down here and get this thing popping. So let me get my partner here so we really get this thing popping, man. Shaw Powers, what's going on, my brother? What's good with you?
Salute to you, Divine, as always. Salute to the family in the chat. As you can see, me and Divine are not in our studios, man, but we are here to perform and give you some great content to get us through this game tonight. Let's get it.
Yes, facts, man. Listen, I'm out on the road, taking care of some business, so I'm not in the studio. So we had to come bring our B game studio performance, but we've got our A game mentally, so we get it here and get it pop. But I'm glad to be in the building tonight, man. Knicks and Houston Rockets, KD and them guys down in Houston. Hopefully, we can go out there and get a win after having that loss the other night against the OKC Thunder. Played a hard game, hard-fought game, and all that good stuff. Salute to the chat, first of all. Jermaine Royce, my brother, good. I see you. Pardon me for no introduction tonight, ladies and gentlemen, but we're not in the studio tonight, so we're just going to bring it to you live like we always do. But other than that, man, I'm excited to be here, man. I'm a little disappointed we lost the game, not disappointed by the way we lost. I just thought that we had a chance to win that game. We just didn't do certain things that we normally would do to win a game. So we're going to have to deal with the best way we can. But other than that, I'm excited about being in regardless. Our Knicks got to go out here and perform tonight, man. You know, it's tough when you beat these championship teams like the OKC Thunder. The call they was getting was crazy, Shot Powell. I couldn't believe the amount of calls these guys was getting in that game. They had, SGA had more calls than the Knicks did.
Yeah, I'm just going to say this, man. And very rare you hear me talking about the refs. That's a terrible ref game for me as a Knicks fan to see OKC shoot almost 40 free throws and the Knicks shoot less than 20 free throws. That was diabolical. And Knicks played good basketball against OKC and against SGA. Aside from the free throws, you know what I mean? I think he was 8 of 18, 8 of something. I forgot the numbers, but he wasn't shooting all that great and all that stuff. But those free throws killed us, man. So, hey, we're here to fight another day, man. The New York Knicks ain't out of it. We ain't no scrub team. We over 500. We hit it ain't no bump or nothing like that. We just played the contending champions, and they beat us by 11. And if they didn't shoot to 30 free throws on us, maybe we had a better chance of winning. We played them pretty well, in my opinion. Just in my opinion, last game, refing, and some substitutions with Brown and stuff like that, but that's a whole nother story to talk about. Cat too, I got some things to say about him, but that all the stuff that I got to say about those guys could wait to the off season.
Yeah, fact. Yo, salute to Randu, what's good? Brian Acosta, my man, appreciate you, my man. AP, my brother, what's good? AP. Prezi the boss, of course, is in the building. What's good? Perez, Crim's dad, I see you. Appreciate you coming in, Crim's dad. Real talk, man. Salute to everybody, man. It was a disappointing game because we was going mano with them guys for a while, man. We was right there with them, battling, going back and forth. But like I said, some of our guys didn't come to the forefront like they needed to. I think McHale had a good game. Brunson did what he had to do. I think Cat got going late in the game instead of early. And anytime the Knicks don't get Anunoby 20 points, they almost close to 500 when he get 20 points. Knicks is like almost 12, 13 games over 500 when Anunoby scores 20 points. And he started off pretty good, but it seemed like he didn't get none after that. So give them guys credit on the other side of the ball. OKC Thunder, they played well. You got to give Jalen Williams credit, but I don't think I think that game was there for the taking for us, and I just think that the refs, like you said, we don't normally complain about anything on this show. We always say if the players don't do what they do and the coach don't do what they do, it's a different story. But I don't think our players came with enough aggression to me in that game. They were settling a little bit. The bully ball wasn't there. They should have been there. And I think that was the problem with me. They were settling for too many jump shots, and I think once you do that against a defensive team like that, who's the number one defense in the league, matter of fact, as we speak. They got the number one defense in the league, and they go hard at it. So you don't try to use all your three-level scoring, which is inside, outside, mid-range, everything, getting the fast break points, going attacking the rim. If you start shelling for jump shots, you relying on the new three-point shot. I want to see them going in, try to get the and ones and get all the good stuff like that. And we would have been okay. Chris, my man. He said, medicine for divine. Chris, Dad, my brother, I swear we appreciate you, my man. Real talk. I can't say enough about you guys, man. The support you give us on this show, man, and help us keep creating this content. But we thank you so much. I do need medicine, man, Chris, Dad, because you know me. I'm always up on these guys, man. I'm always giddy and I'm hyped about our team. I'm still giddy and hyped about our team, man. But it's just that right now, I just wanted that game bad. Here's my concern. We got the same exact record that we had last year that Tibbs had. Right at this time of the year, we got the same exact record that Tibbs had this time last year. So it's a little concerning for me because I thought this was a better team than last year because we did gravitate to a better bench. We got more assets and we still right where we were last year. So let's hopefully just a short temporary thing, not the playoff thing. When we get to the playoff, we can change this momentum that we got. But right now, it's a tough assignment, man. Travel Vibe was a good piece to the guard. A lot wide was good. A lot wide. Good to see you, my man. But Chris, Dad, thank you for the super chat, and Brian Acosta as always, man. But yeah, I ain't falling off. I ain't falling off yet, Chris. But I can't use that medicine. I guess the medicine that I need is a victory. I need a victory medicine for me, man. To get us back to where we need to be, Chris. Because it's tough losing games. We don't like to lose games, man. I really don't. Not when I know we got a good team like we should have. But I think we also got to find a way to our team, not only our coach but our players as well. They got to dig deep into their souls, man. Like, listen, we better than this year. My concern right now, we under high echelon teams. We under 500, and our road record is not good. And if you don't get them two things together before the playoffs get here, that might be a problem in the playoffs. You know what I mean? You're not beating over 500 teams, and your road record is almost 500. And you look at Boston road record, you look at Detroit road record, they over 10 something games over 500 on the road. That's a little concerning for me, but everything else I'm not worried about. But we just got to find a way to not rely on this guy get a shot, that guy get a shot, and hope they score. If you got to let Jalen Brunson be the focal point and Big Cat, then you got to let him be the focal point. But like depending on Josh Hart one night, depending on this guy one night, I don't think that's working for us, Shop. I think we got to make sure our two 1A players and Anunoby, because like I said, when Anunoby don't score over 20 points, we almost got a 500 record. But when he scores over 20 points, they like 12 or 13 games over 500. So we just got to find a way to fix them things. But I think we'll be okay though.
Yeah, it's just the small things that the Knicks got to do to change up the way they have to change up anything. It's just some of the season stuff, and I'm stuck on.
Jay, yeah, I'm sorry, you froze a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, they played pretty good basketball. They only lost by 11 points. And let's be realistic. I mean, these guys doubled up on free throws from us, man. And I hate to point fingers at refs and stuff like that, but boy, oh boy, man. Almost 30 free throws to less than 20 free throws? Come on, man. Come on. I mean, almost 40 free throws. I think they're 38. They had 38 or 20. 38. 38 to 18 we had. Yeah, 38 to 18, that's disrespectful to me.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, they didn't help us out none. The referee didn't help us out none with that, man. I get it. They the defending champ. They're in their home court. They're getting home court calls and everything like that. But the disparity is too much for me. That was too much. You know what I mean? You can't double up free. That was just too. And don't get me wrong. Our guys got to be more aggressive too, those shot powers. See, the reason why I think in that game, to be honest with you, why the free throws disparity was a lot like that too, because the New York Knicks was telling for jump shots. You normally don't get fouled on jump shots. Take that ball, bully ball it down in the middle, because I'd rather get an and one 3-point shot than just hitting a three. If you shoot jump shots all day, ain't nobody gonna foul you. They don't have to. But if you going down in that lane or you creating contact, at least create the contact to get the foul call, because if they don't go down there and create no contact, the rest ain't gonna call nothing. They ain't gonna call no fouls on jump shots. They got forget all that. So I think the Knicks, with the rest too, but also like these guys got to go down there and bully ball. You hear me say that every time we on the show. Take that ball down in the middle, so you got to create contact. If you don't create contact, these refs ain't gonna call nothing in today's NBA. You know what I mean? So I think they got to do a better job at going down there and taking some bumps and bruises and nicks and bruises. Salute Tone Crow. You got to get bruised up a little bit, man. I think you got to go down there and don't rely on jump shots all the time, because they waiting for that. Hartenstein and Chet Holmgren. Like, listen, Chet Holmgren ain't no big dude. Cat and Anunoby don't shit, but it's mashing them dudes down there. Hartenstein okay, but he ain't like he no world beat on defense. So I think that's what we failed us. We failed a little bit in that game. Just that particular game with that we didn't go down there and be uber aggressive, going to the rack and creating some contact. And so, like I said, the rest not see. That's why SGA get him. Because what do? He create contact. Jalen Williams create contact. If you just shooting jump shots, you ain't creating no contact. And I think that was one of the reasons why the free throw disparity was the way it was. I just don't think they created enough contact. But we live to fight another day, man. It is what it is. But let me shoot to the chat. Queen Darlene, what's good, sister? Good to see you. Trapper Wise, my man, what's good? Dougie Fresh, what's poppin'? Jay Chosen, salute to Size 9, what's poppin', man? Salute to the whole chat. Everybody in the building, appreciate y'all coming in for sure. But we just got to be better at what we do, man. That's all. The sky ain't falling, Shop House. I'm not even saying that. But we definitely got to be better at beating these over 500 teams to get to. Cause like I said, when you get to the playoffs, they all over 500 teams. So it ain't gonna be nobody in there under 500. They all got winning record. That's why they made it to the playoffs. But I do think we'd be okay, man. I'm right now. I'm just looking. I'm looking at some of the cons that the Knicks was doing in that game. But the pros was they competed all the way for like maybe three and a half quarters. They competed all the way in that game for Shop House up to about like 8 minutes left in the game. Then it started going when SGA hit that three. Matter of fact, when SGA hit that 3-point shot, that game changed. It went the other way. You know what I mean? They was in it for a while. Yeah, I agree with you a lot. Why them two do hit. Jalen Brunson and Big Cat create a lot of contact, and it's a shame that the rest don't get them guys a call. You know what I mean? But we need more than them two to do it as well. But you're right though. That cat, Big Cat and Brunson get fouled crazy, man. You know what I mean? And that's a fact right there. So the other guy got to be uber aggressive like that too. I mean, but like I said, I think we lost the game because we just didn't do enough aggressiveness. But other than that, like I said, it's a loss. You lost to the best team in the league, ladies and gentlemen. So I ain't sitting up here saying our Knicks sucked and all that. But we lost to the best team in the league. So hey, they done beat a lot of teams other than the Knicks. They ain't the only team who was. But at the same time, Boston beat them in Boston the other night. So it's just another game on the doctor shop power. That don't mean the Knicks ain't gonna get where they got to go, but it make you feel some type of way when you see the things that you see, and you want to hope we can correct it.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. And if you look at the numbers, did pretty well. You know what I mean? They were, if I'm not mistaken, they was around 80% from the free throw line. If I'm not mistaken, they were over third. Was it 43%? They were shot at three, or was it 37? One of the teams shot a good percentage from both of the teams. 37 is a great percentage too, but I think Knicks had like almost 40% for three. The field goal percentage too, but you're right, Devon. We need to develop some more bully ball.
Yeah. Just to make the refs respect you. Like I said, like Lawar said, Jalen Brunson does it very well, and he don't get enough calls. Cat don't get enough calls, and that's a fact there. But and at the same time, don't let the refs determine what you do neither. You know what I mean? Like you can't let the refs dictate you win and lose the game. If you know it's going against you, you got to learn how to how would I say pivot to something else that'll work for you. Don't because you get to the playoffs, you start screaming at the refs and complaining like Mike Brown. Mike Brown made a great point the other night. He said, instead of our guys worry about what the refs doing, y'all get in there and get your ass in there and do your thing. This is Mike Brown's word. He like, listen, y'all can't, listen, we know the call ain't going our way. What you gonna do about it? Complain, or you gonna fix that shit and start busting the other team butt? You know what I mean? So I think we just, in that game, it just was it. But like I said, the game took it over all the way to that 3-point shot that turned that game around in the fourth quarter. And I think that it says a lot about our team. We just got to be better, Shot Power. We just got to be better in all aspects, and we just got to start beating these teams that's playoff caliber team, the championship type team. Not so much playoff caliber team, championship caliber team. I'm not even gonna say playoff caliber. We got to start beating these championship caliber top teams. That's what we want to get to. You know what I mean? Because any given night, if you don't bring your A game, somebody can smoke you. You know what I mean? In the playoffs as well, but. I think we'd be okay though. We the only team lost to OKC. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, it was an entertaining game. It was a good game to watch. At the fourth quarter it was 90 to 93 to 91 or something like that. They were right there with it. You know what I mean? Maybe it could have been a couple of missed you know, substitutions and stuff like that. But overall, we were right there. It wasn't like we were uh team to 142 or something like that. It wasn't like we were 89 to 132. I mean, we were right there in the mix with them. So, I always say, man, we don't lose, we learn. And I bet you the next time that we play them, if we get to play them again this year in the playoffs start next time, the finals will be the next time if they make it. Because they got a hard way out too, man. It ain't like they got a easy way to get through too. They got a couple of hard teams to get through over there, especially like a San Antonio and stuff like that. So let's see what happens. But I just think the Knicks need to get out there tonight and change the way of us as fans talking about the New York Knicks tonight.
What's your thought with the team being that the team got the same record that they had that Tibbs had last year? They got the exact same record as last year right now, or do you have any concerns because of the record is the same that it was last year? And on paper, we supposed to have a better team. Obviously, we supposedly had a deeper bench this year. When you got guys like Clarkson and who else there? Yabusele didn't even really count for it, so that was a kind of waste. Now you got Alvarado, you got Clarkson, you got Deuce just got back. Mitchell Robinson, he's here more than he was last year. Do you have any concerns about our team knowing that we got the same exact record that we had last year and we're supposedly a stronger team? Do you have any concerns about that?
No, because last year we were a good team. Last year I thought we were a good team. Now we were striving for perfection last year. We was trying to do some things last year, and I think we're still a good team. And yes, on paper, we said this from the preseason about on paper, we should have been good. You know what I mean? But even with the pickups that we did have, we did get Yabusele that didn't do much for us. Clarkson has been real good now. The middle of the year, especially around that Emirates Cup thing, he was great for us, and then he fell off a little bit. We got Alvarado. He came in smoking, and he got a little lackluster, and now he's starting to get back into the groove with his passing and this and stuff like that. So I still think that the Knicks are a good team, and I still think that with matchups, my thing is matchups. I am big on matchups this year because I believe if we see a Philadelphia, if we see a Raptors, if we see a Orlando Magic, if we see any of these teams like that, we play well against the matchup. You know what I mean? First round or second round. I'm not worried about Detroit because we played well against them as well. So it's not much that I'm worried about against this team.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not concerned either. Like I said, I know it's a peaks and valleys season. I know you go through all your variables and everything through the course of a season. So my main focus is the playoffs. You know what I mean? I'm going to critique my guys critique our guys every night, every game they play, what they did wrong that game, what they did good that game, whatever the case may be. But or do I'm just wondering, are we going to have any lingering effects now going into the playoffs? And I think this team is still capable of reaching the finals. I got them going here, so I'm not going to waver. I'm not going to waver off that. It's just that I just wanted to be a little bit more consistent. And we just won 7 games in a row, whatever. But you got to look at the teams we beat in that 7 in a row too. And that's another thing we got to take concern. Yeah, every team we beat in that 7-0 except for one of them, not even in the playoffs, not even in the play-in, basically. So things like that, with that winning streak we had. Them teams that we beat, they not even there. You know what I mean? And so we just got to make sure that, like a game like tonight, we got to go out there and try to give it to Houston Rockets tonight. Because we beat them at home early in the year, but at the same time, we in Houston tonight. We beat them in the Garden. Even when we played OKC in the Garden, when he lost by 3 points. But still, now Houston gonna be looking for revenge tonight. How do we fare against Houston tonight? Are we gonna come out there and bring our A game against these guys? I think we played good in OKC. I'm not discrediting our team, ladies and gentlemen. They played good. They didn't play good enough, and I just don't think that they made the adjustment they need to make in that game at the end of the game. And like I said, when Anunoby scoring over 20 points in New York Knicks, it's like 28 and 14 or something like that, crazy numbers. When that brother don't get that 20 points a game, So, then our record is not that. You know what I mean? So, and with McHale and Josh Hart, just, they haven't gained a lot of other good areas. I think McHale had a decent game the other day, but we need somebody every night with Jalen Brunson that can go out there and give you the numbers every night. Like, listen, Carl Towns, he had a good game the other night, but it took the second half to get that. That was a little bit frustrating for me. Like, he waited till almost the end of the game to turn it on when you wishing that he could have turned it on at the beginning of the game. So, and that's how he's another one I supposedly 1A player. So we just got to make sure that these guys are cooking on all cylinders all the time, especially our main two guys. You know what I mean? Like Jalen Brunson, the Knicks go nowhere without Jalen Brunson and Big Cat doing anything. And even great as Jalen Brunson is, we need Big Cat to do that 20-something on a regular, because that's why we brought him here. So, I'm not throwing no stones at him. We just want him to be consistent with his numbers, because the other night he started pounding the ball in the second half, but he was MIA. He had like 2 points and something like that in the first half. Come on, that's a 1A player right there. You can't have 2 points in the first half against nobody. I mean, that was my only problem with that game, was that particular part of Cat, not Cat's game, not how good he is, not none of that. It was that game. You waited to the second half to even score a point, something like that, 2 points, whatever. I don't know. So I can't recall it all, but we just got to be better, man. That's all it is. So for us tonight, we got to go out there and give Houston some work, because they're gonna be looking to get at us. You know what I mean? But so we got to bring our A game tonight and take it upon ourselves to say, listen, we know who we are as the New York Knicks. We feel like we are a contender team, and you got to show and prove like you contender team tonight. And I think they go out there and play hard tonight. I don't think they won't play hard. I think they go out there and get it tonight, man. So I'm confident in that guys, and they go out there and bring a 100% performance game night. Now, whether they win the game, that remains to be seen. But I think you're gonna get their best game tonight. I don't think they go out there and slouch by no means. But let's hope that the Cats get it popping and they would get that game and win it. So we'll see how it goes. But salute to the chat though, man. I appreciate everybody coming in on this beautiful night. And everything like that, man. Like I said, Size 9 was good. Darren was good, man. Dave House Jr. was popping. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Glad to shout you out earlier, all that good stuff. But yeah, man, listen, we ain't going nowhere. Rasul was good, my man. Good to see you as well. I'm not worried about our team. Our team gonna be where they need to be. But like I said, we got to show them love when they do good things. But we also got to let them know when they're not doing a good thing. We got to call them out too in a good way. No straight was good, no straight. I know Boston and House, what up, no strays. But yeah, when they do good, we reward them. When they don't do good, you don't reward them. And in certain areas in that game, I don't think we should have rewarded them, because, like I said, you can't be shooting jump shots when the rest calling a lot of calls against the other team. You got to get physical. Let's get physical. You know what I mean? Let me hear your body talk, whatever. You know what I mean? You got to get physical, man. I think that's what we got to do. So, and I think we'll be all right, though. I'm not worried about it. I think my man lost my brother, so let me get him back in here. Latoria, what's good, sister? Good to see you. Salute to you as well. Let me get that thing back over here, the link. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Other than that, man, we good though. I ain't jumping off the bridge of that. Like I said, that's how bad I wanted that game though. I wanted that game the other night so bad, because I was like, and we was playing them dudes pretty tough, man. We were playing them tough the whole night, and that last 5 minutes or 6 minutes, whatever, it kind of got away from us, man. And we do got to call a rest. The rest didn't help us, but we didn't help ourselves. But what about tonight, though? Tonight you got a team who got a lot of talent down there. Sergon down there, KD down there. You got a Thompson boy down there, Jabari Smith, all them guys down there. We get into the starting lineups and everything in a few minutes, and we go over that, man. So it's not gonna be an easy game tonight neither, but I think it's winnable. And we'll put the stats up. We compare the numbers and everything like that. But regardless of the numbers and everything, we still got to get on our floor and bring our A game and play these guys the mano, because it don't matter what you do if you don't bring your A game that night. Regardless of what our third scoring offense is, we were third best scoring offense in the league, but we ain't scored about 100 points the other night. So sometimes those stats could be misleading if you don't bring your game that night. And I don't think the Knicks brought their game that night, and that's the reason why we didn't score them points that we scored. You know what I mean? And I think we got to find a way to bounce back from that, man. But for the game tonight, we just got to go out there and get it. If we want it, we got to go out there and take it from these dudes. They're on their home court, and we got to go out there and take it. You know what I mean? If we don't take it, they ain't gonna give it to us. So we definitely got to go out there and take it tonight, man. But let me put some numbers out there for you guys, and I'll crease them out there. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, if you just look at the stats alone, we still 21 games over 500. That's a good thing. They only 16 games over 500. We still third in our standards. They 6 in their standards. But that road record, we only 2 games over 500 on the road. That's what I hope we got to get better at, because a lot of teams like Boston and Detroit, they double that. You know, I mean, they like 10 games over, 11 games over, 14 games over. So, you know, and I think it's going to be important to have a good road mentality when we go into the playoffs. But other than that, they 25-10 at home. We third in offense rating. They're 11th in offense rating. Defense rating, we fell back to 7th. And we was at 5. They had number 8. So overall, the numbers are comparable. They're pretty comparable. We 5th in net rating. They're 8th in net rating. Defense is about the same. Our offense is better than theirs. So let's see if our offense can outshine their defense tonight. You know what I mean? If I think our offense can outshine their defense tonight, then I think we'd be okay. You know what I mean? And that's what it's going to boil down to, how bad we really want it against these guys tonight. And I think we bring our A game tonight. I think we go out there and get it, man. And that's going to be the biggest challenge for me, is to make sure these guys go out there and bring their A game. Because I think you bring your A game, then I think you'll be okay. And let me put up some more numbers, then we get right back at it right quick. Excuse me, there you go. Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, these guys we are in our blue drip tonight. They are in there. I apologize for that right there. Get this out of here. Let me go and do it the right way. Like I said, I'm not in the studio tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm literally out of my laptop. So we in our blue drip tonight. They in their white drip tonight. It's the same projector starter we always have: Josh Hart, Brunson, McHale, OG, and Carl Anthony Towns, Reed Shepard, Eamon Thompson, Kevin Durant, Jabari Smith, and Airpon Serkin. So, you know, like Cat got another challenge tonight, and Anobi got a big challenge tonight, because look who they got to go up there and guard tonight. You got Durant, Smith, Jabari, and you got Sergon. So, you know, they got the handful from the wing spot tonight and the center spot tonight. So I think we got to go out there and really get uber aggressive tonight and try to get this thing done. Make Miles McBride, ladies and gentlemen, game time to seem like it reactivate that thing the other night. So I don't think he's gonna play. And for no guys, the only ones out is Fred VanVleet and Steven Adams. They've both been out for the season. So we just got to go out there and uber perform tonight, man. Shot Powell, there you go, my brother. Pardon me. But other than that, we just got to go get it, man. That's all. But Shot Powell, we got some tough matchups tonight for sure.
I mean, it's pretty much always a hard matchup when you face a team in the top echelons of the West. And I mean, but they don't scare me. We didn't beat them this year, so right? If I'm not mistaken, did we beat them?
Yeah,
right, we beat them already. Yeah, we beat them in the Garden. So if we could beat them at the Garden, maybe we could beat them at home too. I'm not worried about them. I'm not scared of any team in the eight. I mean, it's 50-50, right? Either you're going to win or you're going to lose is what it is. And I think the Knicks are always going to have a chance to win, especially if they come together and play their A game. And I pray that it don't be 5-8 tonight.
Fact. Yo, salute to the chat. King Ribby, what's good, my man? Good to see you. Darren, what's popping? What's good? Shout out Latoria, Cam from the Kickback, my man. Cam, what's good, man? Good to see you, my brother. For real. JJ47K is definitely in the building. Salute to you guys, but salute to everybody in the building. Appreciate y'all coming in and all that good stuff, man. Ron Mills, what's the deal? Good to see you, Ron. Salute to everybody in the building, man. I don't want to leave nobody out. I'd like to do a shout out to my peoples. But other than that, man, it's another game on the doctor. But it's just, we need to get this win, man. I don't want to keep losing. I don't want to fall to another team like that on this road trip. Cause think about it: Charlotte lost, OKC lost, and if you don't want to do the Houston and also to Memphis. I don't think we lose to Memphis, but we just got to. These three teams if we lost to two teams that's already one in the play and one in the playoffs. So I just want to beat one of these teams, man, because I know we can. I know we bring our A game. We can smoke anybody if we bring our A game. That's the whole point about it. Are you going to bring your A game tonight? Because some of these teams, you got to bring your A game plus. Like the OKC game, we need our A game plus. I thought we bought a C game that night. You know what I mean? We only scored 100 points. That's the number one defense in the league. I get it. But sometimes you can't let nobody take you out your game. So tonight, what's going to be the caveat tonight? You got a prolific scoring KD, a guy like Sergon who are beasts down there. And Jabari Smith having a good year. So, you know, how are we going to defend these guys tonight? My main thing is how we're going to defend these guys tonight. Are we going to bring our defensive game that we normally would bring? Because the last couple of games, you know, we went from 5th to 7th defense rating because the Charlotte game got away from us and that game got away from us, man. And let's hope that we can find a way. We need Mike Brown, the coaching staff, the players to act like, this is a good time to turn this thing around. You want to go into the playoffs with a good momentum. I don't want to go into the playoffs feeling like we losing. You know what I mean? We don't want to do that. We want to go into the playoffs with a good momentum that carries into the playoffs. So, you don't want to go into on the playoffs on a sour note. Obviously, you want to be on your best game, your best behavior, and have that confidence going into the playoff. That list we can give it to anybody. I know they feel they can do that, but it's one thing to feel that way, and another thing is to do it that way. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not doing it that way the last couple of games, and I just want us to turn it around. So I think we will, man. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be negative Nancy about our team, but I got to call it is what it is. And I think we just got to go ahead and get this thing turned around. I like the way Mitch is playing. I'm not even opposed to Mitch going back to the starting lineup with Cat, if that's the case, because the Achilles heel is sometimes when Mitch is not in there, you see what teams do. If you watch that game the other night, they had took Mitchell Robinson out. So they took Mitchell Robinson out. I kid you not. It's not that he's the savior of the Knicks, but his defense in that middle had OKC going east to west instead of north to south. But once he went out of there, when Mitchell Robinson went in that game the other night, ladies and gentlemen, they started going down that lane all night long. You know what I mean? And I'm saying I'm not blaming Cat, but Cat that's not his strong suit, ladies and gentlemen. It's no knock on him, but it's not a strong suit. So I think it was the third quarter. Mitch was in there. He was holding it down. So I think Mike Brown subbed Mitch out, which he's supposed to. But as soon as Towns got in there, once they got past our wings and our guards, there was nobody defending that back rim. And I seen OKC start getting buckets down there that they normally won't. They don't get with Mitch down there. So it's tough, man. When you got two good wing defenders, and Josh Hart above average, but then when your front line and your back line, they not there totally. So we just gotta be better, man. We gotta find a way to figure that out. Because that guy can make a difference too, man. You know what I mean? But let's see how it goes, Sao Paulo. I got it. They're going out there doing it tonight. I'm confident in our boys, man. I think they turn around tonight. But like I said, all depends how bad Houston won. Because Houston in the last 5 games only 3-2, so they might be kind of looking to get a win one way or the other. So it's gonna be a tough game tonight. Road game is always tough, and we're not losing to no bum team. We losing to top teams. You know what I mean? And we on their court. So we got to see how we respond tonight. I just want to see us get a road win tonight.
Yeah, that's a fact. You know what I mean? Like I said, matchups, man. We match up with this team pretty well. We already beat them this year, and we beat them at home. So let's see if we can carry over some of the stuff that we did at home to bring it back over here. I want us to get better than we did last year. You know what I mean? I want us to have a better record. And I'm not pointing no fingers at no players. I mean, of course, during the game and stuff, I will say you'll hear me point a finger, not really like chastise something like that, unless they really do some egregious, you know what I mean? But aside from that, man, it's part of the game, man. I didn't talk about Jalen Brunson this year all the way down to Deuce McBride. You know what I mean? So it ain't nobody that I discriminate. I don't discriminate. If you don't bring your A game, I talk about your butt. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's what, man. Right. And no matter what it is or how it gets down and stuff like that, I just want the Knicks to get out there and play some good basketball. Yeah, we just came off a 7-game winning streak, and now we're on a 2-game losing streak. You know what I mean? So let's see if we can change ties and get to 50-something wins this year. You know what I mean? Last year we were 50 or 51. 51. Whatever we had this year. Right. So I want to have a better year than we had last year. And we have 49 games with 6 games left. Let's see if we can win the next 4 or 5 or something like that. Let's get back on another winning streak because I think we deserve it. And salute me and Divine. I talked to Divine about Deuce and how that injury is. Right. I talked to somebody that I know is in the business, and thank goodness Deuce did not re-separate, or maybe the bulge didn't come back out. Thank goodness, because in my opinion, I wasn't sure if Deuce is going to really come back this year, at least come back with the way he was playing this year. So they're saying that he might be he's questionable. Hopefully he'll stay out tonight. Maybe they'll keep him out a couple more games, bring him back in another game or 2 just to get him back focused and see what happens. But all hands on deck tonight, man. And I hope Brown can get out there and coach a good game to bring us a win.
Yeah, real quick before I let Jay Children again, let me shout out the chat. Johnny D, my brother, what's good? Johnny David, good to see you. Buzzer Peter, my man, but for life, what's poppin', Buzz? Good to see you as well. Jay Children, what's good, my man?
Chilling, brother, man. Everything good. Living another day on the earth. Woke up, blessed. About to see a good game. Baseball season start. Knicks on tonight. Can't ask for anything better. Don't look like you feeling so good. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm on. Like I said, I'm out here in Philadelphia right now because I go for a funeral in a couple of days, so I'm not in the studio. That's why I'm in. I'm not 100% with all the things, but I'm good though. Everything good, man. I'm excited. I'm good, man. Looking for my boy to go ahead and try to get a road victory tonight.
I forgot that you went there. You took the trip and you whispered. I'm like, oh man, is he not feeling good?
Yeah, all right, I'm in the hotel.
Yeah, I totally forgot. So yeah, like as far as the game, peace, Knicks Nation. How we doing, brother? As far as the game goes, man, look, I think you covered it all, man. We just got to play our game. We're going to continue to, stay glued together on that defense. Mitch makes a major difference, but that East-West thing is very real. And when Sean started saying it about, for a while now, I watch it, and it's very real. And with a team like this that's taller, athletic, lanky, you're going to need that in the middle a lot. And, as far as like Deuce goes, I think it would be wise to keep him on the side for a little while. Shout out to my brother Wise. It would be wise for him to be let him ramp up, let him get well. Like we need him, but we need him more later. And I think that in the past that we have made mistakes about pushing people. Like right now, I think listen, Jalen playing great, but could he have used a few days off of the ankle injuries and the knee injuries and a few more? Maybe. I'm just saying, I'm throwing it out there. So, I think that's the key to the game is to really just, I want to see 30 assists. I want to see them Mitch play good. We have to play good D, perimeter D, but mostly stay with them because they are tall, athletic. This is a tall, athletic team, and we are close to each other as far as in the entire NBA. We kind of match each other in a lot of different ways, even though they're taller. So, play that defense that we've been playing and score one more point to them. That's how you win.
Facts. Yeah, Nick Nation, what's good, my man?
What's going on, brothers? You know what I mean? Everybody out there, y'all good? My condolences, brother. My condolences on the trip and things like that.
My condolences.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, man, it was a tough one the other night, man. Like I said, for 30, almost 3.5 quarters, Knicks was right there, man. 3.5 quarters. Oh my God, bro! When SGA hit that 3-point shot, I was like, God. But like I said, they started giving him the call. They was giving him because like they was holding SGA down pretty good now in the first 3 quarters. Then he got loose in that third quarter, in the third going to the fourth, and then he got his 20 points and everything like that. But like I was telling somebody earlier, we can't depend on the rest to take us through this shit, man. Because like I said, the rest ain't gonna give you no call shooting jump shots, ladies and gentlemen. Because that they got a lot of call because they was physical and they was aggressive. That's why every night I sit on this show and say you got to play bully ball before you can get the calls. A referee ain't gonna call no foul on you shooting jump shots. What do you got to call you for? But if you go down there and create some contact, that's my whole thing about this team. We got to create contact. And Anobi do a good job of it. He go down there trying to mash him and Jalen Brunson and even Big Cat do it. But I think somebody said that he initiates so much contact first. he don't get the call that he normally he want to get, because sometimes when he throwing these elbows and swinging people around, see that the referees know his game. He's been doing this for 10 years, so he got to find a way to reconstruct how he played the game, because they've been watching Cat do this since he's been in the league, and that's why he don't get all them calls, even though he be getting fouled. He don't get the call because they see all the hooking and all the other stuff that he's doing. So he got to find a way to balance that. But I think him and Jalen Brunson, they are physical enough to go down. Jalen Brunson don't get the calls he deserves. He be getting beat. He be getting hit all the time. But I think we got to be physical with the basketball. And you know, and I'm gonna preach that to the cows come home. That was Tom Thibodeau's identity, bully ball. That shit worked for us. You know what I mean? Because we was creating contact. And if we keep shooting jump shots all the time, I don't have a problem with jump shots. But you can't go the whole process shoot jump shot, because why? Jump shots are a lower percentage shot than going in the middle. The closer you are to the rim, the better chance you is getting the bucket. You know what I mean? And I think we got to start going to the rim some more and create the contact. I think we'd be okay. Nick.
Yeah. I'm gonna say my point on that last game, because it flows right into when we spoke last, and what I said that they need to do as far as getting off to a quick, get Cat into the game early, and you know what I mean, and get him going. We did the exact opposite. You can't have where your second best player takes, what was it, 3 attempts in a half? That's insane. But then look at the numbers. The numbers support that, hey, if this doesn't happen, we have problems. The dude still eventually ended the game with 15 points and 18 rebounds. But if you don't constitute any of that front point of the game, what does that do to us? We can't play that way. And I'll say this, and this is just how I feel, is that those two together, and it's not, to me right now, it's not Brunson and Cat, can they coexist together? To me, it's Brown and Cat. I don't believe they can coexist together. That's just how I feel on that. And you know what I mean? Everything else is constituted from there, moving forward. Both great in their in you know what I mean, in their respective areas. Can't take away from Brown. He has coached, he has gotten a lot of wins, he's pretty high up there. Cat, Hall of Famer, will walk in right into the Hall of Fame, won't be a doubt about it. He's done this for too long. His numbers are there. It already supports that he goes in. Right now, if he stopped playing today, we got that. We know. But the two together, nah. Whatever it is, I don't know. And I'm tired of playing, the magic in my head, trying to figure it out. We all just could see it. You know what I mean? He does have great numbers. He has gone to this. But you can see, as far as chemistry flows between a system and the player and the coach, and how they relate to each other. We're not blind. We've been in this, you know what I mean? Like, people will say to us, crazy things. It's like, how do you know? I got eyes. These eyes ain't lying to me. You know what I mean? It's telling us it is what it is. Can we still win some games and get to certain what's name's degree? Yeah, I believe we can. Just off the basis points of that, the talent is there. But when it is turned on, that's where the point where it gets real odd at. And if that's not a consistent flow and faucet, that doesn't work. In order to get to a championship, you got to be at the high point of your game. This ain't an easy walk to get there. And I don't care if whoever we saying is down or whatever that may be. That don't work out that way. We got to come out and be better as a team. And if we're not coming out as a team and coming out right there and taking no prisoners, that point ain't gonna work for us. We're not that much better than anybody else. So therefore, we're in a car right now that's a 4-wheel car riding on 3. One got a flat. That ain't gonna work, bro. I'm sorry to come out such aggressive. I feel aggressive today. I
It's
don't know
all
why.
good. I mean, you make it a lot of valid points though. I mean, you get, like I said, just as a penalty reward for one action D's. When you do good, you get rewarded. When you do bad, you get penalized.
Facts.
And right now, and like I said earlier, I'm gonna pass the chop out, but just let me say this point. You can't have 0 points or 2 points in the first half and you a superstar or damn near bona fide damn near or on the line of being a superstar against a team like OKC. You cannot have 2 points in the first half. I'm not even trying to disrespect Cat. I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I'm only talking about that game, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot come into a game like that. So what happens if that shit happens in the playoffs? Jalen Brunson ain't gonna be able to do this. We don't have no. He's supposed to be our 1A dude. He's our 1A dude. Him and Jalen Brunson is our Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum, our Jalen Williams and SGA. And see, the thing that I'm concerned about right now, and it might be the Mike Brown thing, because and if it is, listen, me, like I told Jay Children and Shot Powell at the beginning of the year, I only had one problem with this. Only one person I'm going to critique that I need to see, and it was the coach, because I seen Jalen Brunson, I seen Big Cat, I seen all them dudes play last year. I know how they get down. So my thing, like, what is Mike Brown going to do for this team? What could Brown do for you? I'm not saying Mike Brown have not done a good job, ladies and gentlemen. We still there, but I still think this team should be better than they are, regardless of who there, who not there. Like you said, I still think this team is not. They not where we need to be. Now, what could it be? Could it be just they might be coasting, worry about injuries, or they worry about? But I just think they should be shot powered out, and I'm not worried about. I still believe our team can get to where they're gonna go. But as of right now, I'm a little concerned with the way they play. I cannot have a $50 million player doing that. To me, you can't. Call him talented, ladies and gentlemen. He's uber talented. But sometimes it's not about his talent; it's about the mental. Remember what I said a couple of streets ago? You got a lot of people who got talent, but is they mental game there? You know what I mean? Because like I said, I know a lot of NBA players who had uber talented, but they didn't go nowhere because their mental game wasn't there. So is Mike Brown, like my man, like Nick said, if Mike Brown and Cat don't see something, I think Mike Brown got to realize this is not Golden State Warriors. They didn't have big dudes down there. They could run that Steph Curry shit. Everybody running all over the place, wasting energy, throwing massive screens. And well, Big Cat ain't no 6'7" dude. He not Kevin Looney. Kevin Looney was like 6'8", 6'9" center. This dude is 7'1" with big ass feet. So and you got to find a way to give him more opportunity. You can't just you got to throw him down in that block. Throw him down in the block, give him the ball, and just go up, Cat. Like somebody said, you got Caruso on you. You ain't throwing no elbows at this motherfucker. You should be pushing him.
Especially on Caruso. Come on, especially on Caruso,
Power,
man.
that's the only critique.
Jay
The
Williams
only critique I had
6'5".
about that game, Shot Power. That was one critiques I had about that game was that. Just that first half was unacceptable when you got somebody who talented like that. He is talented, dude. And we done seen Big Cat throw up shit on a lot of jokers, but not in that game, though.
Yeah, we have mentioned this, numerous times on these streams and stuff about that, about the stars, about how they placement, about how the movement of the basketball, because it is a different defense. It is a different offense than they did last year. They're playing, in actuality, they're playing a better defense than they did last year. The offense is about the same. I mean, it's better than it was last year. I think we were 5th last year in offense, and this year we're 3rd. But overall, I mean, it's pretty much the same guys, even with the acclamation of these other guys that you can't contribute Yabusele this year. So what we have to include is the Dewaras, now that we have Alvarado's, Polick that we've seen this year. Those are the guys that we can talk about and stuff like that. But aside from all of that, man, I'm not worried about the Knicks this year. I'm not worried about what the Knicks are going to do, how they're going to do it. I'm worried about the matchup. For me, the matchups make a difference on who the Knicks and how the Knicks are going to win this thing. It depends on matchups, and I'm looking to see the Knicks matchup with 2 teams before, and I'm not exclusive about the Pistons going to be in the finals. They're the number 1 team, but number 1 team didn't get to the finals. The number 1 team in the East last year did not get to the finals last year. All right, so just because you're number 1 and you flash out of the box and you're so hot in the beginning of the year and you're starting to get it together and you're beating teams and stuff like that, that's good for the season. I mean, but can you bring that same intensity into the playoffs? Last year, Cleveland didn't. And I'm not sure Detroit can either. And I'm not discrediting Detroit or anything like that, but they don't have no shooters. I mean, the other day, Herder, I watched Herder. He got busy the other day. But aside from Herder and whatchamacallit, they ain't got no shooters. So I'm not making no. Let's get to the playoffs. Let's finish off this season strong, and let's get to the playoffs because the season ain't got nothing to do with the players. The only thing the season has to do with the playoffs is positioning.
Yep, yeah, man. Listen, like I said, I'm not throwing no shade at calling retaliate, gentlemen. It's just that we should expect from all our players. If Jalen Brunson have a bad night, we gotta, okay, Jalen Brunson, your shit ain't popping tonight. You know what I mean? Like just like much as we beat Mikal up, we beat everybody up. Because like I said, if you're not having a good game, we got to talk about it. We can't just only reward these dudes. So I don't have no problem. Like Nick Nation said, I'm gonna give it to Jay Chosen right quick. But Cat had a phenomenal second half the other night. He had to get adjusted. But can you imagine if he would have brought that same energy in the first half? That might have been a different game the other night, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I'm saying. Okay. It's just the one night. It's that one night because Cat been playing phenomenal the last couple of weeks. Since coming out, he's been playing really good ball. But I wanted him that night in that first half because Anunoby started off well. And then once they stopped going to him. So I don't know if it's a system where everybody's not getting it. I can't say the equal amount of touch. I would have to look at the shots per game for these. I don't know. Look at the shot chart. How many shots each player getting? Is he getting more shots than he was last year or not, or whatever the case may be? So I can't really say. I can't pinpoint. Are they getting the same amount of shot distribution? Obviously, Jalen Brunson's going to get more, and Big Cat going to get more. But I'm still concerned with the jump shooting only. That's my concern. I'm not concerned about too much. It's just a jump shooting shot power. I mean, I'm Jay Chosen. We gotta bully ball this stuff sometime, man, because you can't rely on jump shots all the time. Because like I said, if your shots ain't falling, then what? They only scored 100 points the other night, ladies and gentlemen. Not only OKC played good defense, but you only scored 100 points because you were shooting jump shots, except for Jalen Brunson and Cat and Anunoby occasionally. So they just gotta be more uber aggressive, man. That's all. Right.
And it's not like we played a terrible game, man. Down by 1.5, down by a couple of, and going into the fourth. That's a great game. That's twice now that we did that with them. Because that first game, if you remember, we were same thing in the first half. It was twice now. So, look, I know that a lot of people and there's a lot of talk whether. And I agree with Nation on this one, Nick Nation on this one. And listen, I don't know what it is. I'm not going to even speculate what it is. But right, Brown, this, that, and third. I don't know what it is with Cat. But when you have a 6'5" Caruso on you, no one needs to tell you to go under there and put your hand up and bully him and dunk on him. And I know that it sounds a little bit like, because I always say, look, do I have favorite guys? Sure. But my favorite guys are the Knicks. So I'm looking at every aspect of the game. The fact is that he was taller than everybody under there. And he also has a mouth and a hand and he's strong. And just get under there. Scream if you need to. Throw me the mother ball. Here, I'm right here. And he needs to do that. And sometimes, whether or not, because I do see them pass it to him. He does get the ball. Sometimes I'm irritated that he starts from the top, but that's where he seems to be comfortable at. So I can't even think about that. But what I'm thinking about is if we have eyeballs, he has eyeballs, the coach has eyeballs, and another coach has eyeballs. So forget Brown. Let Papa Brunson say, yo, Cat is way bigger than his man. Throw it to him. He's down there. Get him at some point they should have said to him, hey man, Stay down there. We're gonna get you the ball, whatever it is. And I think a little bit because he has stopped doing this. You remember for a very long time, Cat would. Let's not act like Cat, even though they do commit some contact first, they don't get foul called nearly the same as any other stars in the league. Nearly the same. And I'm not going to blame the refs on. I am blaming the refs on that, but not for the loss, right? And what I mean by that is, if we have eyeballs, they have eyeballs. They know that this guy is 6'5", and they know that he should be under their dominator. Period.
You know what it is, Jay? As much as they should be doing that, the players that playing against Cat know Cat. They know what to do to make him pull those fouls out of him. I noticed certain players do certain things to Cat, and you see him get fouls. He get them ticky-tack fouls, them stupid ill fouls that we always talk about. And Caruso, as small as he is a great defender against big guys. It's not just Cat who he does that to. I done seen him do it to the dude in San Antonio, Wembanyama. I done seen him do it to Embiid. I done seen him do it to the big guys because he's an irritating guy. He gets up under you. He start rubbing that head. He start rubbing his shoulder all in your chest. He do all that stuff to make you mad. So when you go to put your body on him and bully him, he knows how to flail and do all that stuff. He does that great. And a lot of people, I think sometimes, in my opinion, I think Cat doesn't stay down low as much because he knows that he's bound to get a foul. You know what I mean? I think that. You know what I mean? But
that could be a part too. That could be a part too. I think that he has not gotten the call, the whistle, the way he should have. And that could do something to you, right? Like, okay, I'm not going to get the whistle, or I might get the offensive whistle, and I don't want to get the offensive whistle, so I'm not going to do a certain move. And for me, I agree with all that. But I would love to have seen him try it, because of what he did in the second half, if he put in half of that in the first, we win by 8, 10.
Yep, facts. Let me let Nick Nation get in, but real quick, ladies and gentlemen, I'm only talking about Cat with the last game. I'm not even questioning none of Cat. Listen, I need to chat and everybody who's looking at this Knicks show. I am not throwing darts at Cat, acting like he's not a good player. His numbers don't lie, ladies and gentlemen. His career don't lie. 6-time All-Star, All-NBA. I'm not even questioning that. All I'm questioning is the game the other night.
Right.
I'm a Cat dude. I think Big Cat is that dude. But the other night, y'all cannot tell me that a guy of his caliber, he's no. If let me make a long story short. If Brunson or Big Cat don't operate the way they do, the Knicks don't go nowhere. Without Big Cat, the New York Knicks will not win. They will not get to the finals without Big Cat. He is that guy for us. That's why we bought him here. He got us there last year. I mean, he helped get us there last year. So nobody's saying Big Cat is not that guy. But for that night, I just thought that Big Cat wasn't uber aggressive in the first half to put the pressure on them guys early in the game to make them change their strategy.
Back.
He didn't help Jalen Brunson and Anunoby that make Duggan Howard, whatever the coach name is. He didn't make them change their strategy. That's all I'm saying. He did not put no pressure on the OKC team and a coach to say, okay, you know what? He eating too. Him and Jalen Brunson. He said, I need to change my shit up because him and Jalen Brunson need him. That's all I'm saying. That's it. See, because like y'all said, what he did in the second half, he would have had a little bit of that in the first half. That shit could have went different.
Yeah,
it could have went
just
different.
Just half.
Nick Nation.
Once again, to be clear, we only lost by 11 points. I mean, there's 11 points. And I mean, the disparity in free throws. I'm just saying, if I'm not mistaken, I think Shea shot more free throws than the whole Knicks team. What is that, man? If I'm not mistaken, I think the Knicks shot 18 and Shea shot 18 and hit 16. If I think my numbers is right, Come on, man.
Yeah, 18.
Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
man.
I'll double down.
Yeah,
I'll double
nah.
down. I'll double down because I'll explain it real quick. Because to the chat, I think some people probably did miss it. The question was not, we weren't questioning Cat's skills. I clearly said that he'll be a Hall of Famer. I wasn't questioning his skills. What I was questioning is the only point we were questioning is the relationship between him and Brown. That's what the question was. As far as the skill level, that people might have missed it and took it and ran off some other different way with it. But that's what the basis of what I was saying is for. And as far as moving forward, as far as tonight, I'll say it again and I'll repeat it. Everybody's got to get implemented into the game early on, and especially our two stars. This hold back, or sit or wait or whatever's going on. It's the reaction, the energy. It needs to be dialed up right away. And if us on the sidelines can figure this out and can see it, they've got to be able to get to him somehow.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
God.
Somehow, the discussion or what's going on with it. Tell me what you're seeing. Tell me what's wrong. Because if that's me, let me tell you something. 3-4 minutes into that game, I don't like what I see. That where that production point is going at. Time out. What's going on? Somebody talk to me. We can't continue like this. Got to move better. This. And if you got to change points of lineups that quick and that fast to say, hey, we got to play as a team, then so be it. But being, setting back with it, that's not what this avenue is. Not at 76 games. We got to play smarter, be better, come out right off the rip like, hey, we are already losing. You got to come out with that mentality already. We are already losing, and I'm scrambling and doing everything I got to do to get back in this game and win it. And I mean, that's with the clock at 0-0. Come out on the edge. We have to. This mentality, like we're gonna just, get into the playoffs and it's gonna take and go. Nah, B, I don't believe in that. And I don't think nobody else does. So tonight, let's get that energy in. I'm gonna, I'm still pulling for us, and I'm gonna pull hard again. And I'm gonna say 108 Knicks to 99. It gotta be a dogfight punch-out game. Can't let this team just go what's name is. And right now, I don't think we have the potent quality of offense that's clicking like that. Not that we don't have the guys to, we just not clicking like that. So we got to keep this score low, and and come out and punch somebody in the face, man. Play that tough bully ball and come out aggressive.
Real quick, let me say this too. It's another good. I want to make another good point, and you got to remember too, ladies and gentlemen. Cat was going up against the best defense team in the league with 2 7-footers in there the other night. And like I said, it's gonna be a game where Jalen Brunson might get locked down because that other team's best defenders are in their backcourt. You see what I mean? So let's not get it twisted. It all depends how the other team's matchup is. Now, Hartenstein, we liked it, right? We all love Hartenstein, right, when he was on the Knicks, because he play a little defense. Well, Chet Holmgren is the number 2 shot block in the league. So they do got bodies down there. Now, that's what I was saying. It's only for that game I was trying to critique him. I need to make that clear because I'm a Big Cat guy. We're not beating up on Big Cat on this show. We're not. But I can understand why he had a tough game, because he had to adjust to Chet Holmgren and Hartenstein and Jalen Williams and Caruso and everybody. I get it. So, and tonight it's going to be the same thing, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think these guys are better defenders than OKC, though. That's why I think the Knicks can get them tonight. I don't think KD and them is better defenders than OKC. OKC the number 1 defense in the league. So with that being said, it's understandable why the Knicks didn't beat them, why they didn't score a lot of points. They the best defense team in the league. That's why they won a championship. They won a championship off their defense and some good talented players. So I ain't throwing no shade at Big Cat like that, but we just want our boy to be ready. But let me say this right here. I feel Knick Nation energy, man. Knicks got to go out there tonight. But you got to go at Sergon is not a good defender. KD is not a good defender. Jabari Smith is not a good defender down there. Now, the New York Knicks don't bully ball tonight. I'm going to have a problem tonight. You're supposed to eat them dudes up down there tonight. Sergon ain't no shot block. Ain't like he got all-world defender. KD ain't no all-world defender. Neither is Jabari Smith. So I would be disappointed if the Knicks don't come out there tonight and bang, bang. I'll be crazy upset if they don't come out and do that tonight. We cannot rely on a jump shooting, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll
We
be
ain't the
pissed
Golden
off.
State Warriors. We are not the Golden State Warriors. We are not Klay Thompson. We are not Steph Curry. You know, we're not them dudes, man. You know, so let's see if we go out there getting. I think Knicks go out there and bang tonight. Shot Powell and Jay Children, Nick Nation. I'm gonna go. I don't think their defense is that stellar. I mean, Amen Thompson is good. I don't even think other than him, Reece Shepard ain't that good defensively. I got New York Knicks 115 tonight, 101, ladies and gentlemen. 115, 101. Knicks get a win in Houston. Get ready to go to Memphis, man. You go out there, you win the 2 games, then you come back up to the road trip 2-2. Okay, but you got to beat a good team. Knicks got to beat a good team tonight. And I believe they got the personnel to do it. I think they got the mentality to do it. So I'm gonna go 115, 101, New York Knicks, and I think Anunoby eats up KD tonight, or Jabari Smith, whatever one of them dudes on Anunoby tonight, or Anunoby dog him tonight. And I think Big Cat should go out there and tear Sergon out tonight. But I'm gonna go Anunoby tonight, 115, 101.
Nick Nation, you nigga give a guy.
Ooh. You know the guy I always want to give, because I'm thinking if Deuce don't play and they bring my boy back, I'm always keep saying because I'm on his hive. Diawara.
Facts.
All right, I'm gonna go real quick. I ain't gonna do my whole spiel tonight because none of this stuff makes a difference unless you rebound the basketball. So my big emphasis tonight is about rebounding the basketball, and I do want to give big ups to Josh Hart last game for having a good game. He really played a good game. I thought I called him out, so I'm really trying to put him out there because he really showed up last game. So with that being said, I got the Knicks winning tonight also. And I think it's going to be a little closer game, but I think the Knicks are going to have a great game. I got the Knicks winning tonight, 112 to 108, 112 to 108. And I play the game again. I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to try to I'm gonna give it to Alvarado tonight. I think Alvarado is going to get some good minutes tonight, and he's going to perform because the last couple of games he's been pretty good. So I'm gonna go with Alvarado tonight. 112 to 108 New York Knicks, and Alvarado's my guy. Let's get it.
Yeah, no doubt. Listen, number one, that I really believe that even though that OKC may have the best defense, they also have a lot of help from the rest. Period. They out free throwed Detroit whole team. SGA did last night. Okay. The whole team, and Detroit is supposed to be a perennial team this year. So there is some of that. I don't care what anybody, that is a part of it. So for me, I think that we stick together. We gotta crash the boards, and we gotta play bully ball under there. We stick on the perimeter, and if we're not hitting the jump shots, go to the rim, go to the hoop, just go to it. You don't get the foul, don't scream about it. Keep doing it till you get the foul call. Period.
Facts.
And this is not singling out anybody. This is about everybody on the Knicks. Okay. Saying that, I'm going to say this. I'm going to go with 114 to 102 New York Knicks. 114, 102 New York Knicks. And we're going to pull away in the fourth. But I hope that we pull away in the first and we keep it even like that the entire game.
Yep. That's just a surprise.
And my guy is going to be the captain. I think that he just needs to have a phenomenal game and do what he needs to do. And I don't need to see him hit 15, 16 assists. I want to see him get 40 points and 6 assists and do what he normally does. Let somebody else distribute.
Listen, I mean, literally a yes or no from everybody. And I know it's just premature and everything. I just want to put it out there. The Big Cat and Mike Brown come back next year, or one of them not coming back? Jay Chosen. Yes or no?
One of the yes or no to one of them leaving?
Yeah. Do you think both of them come back next year?
No.
Nick Nation.
No,
definitely no.
No, definitely
unless it's a championship that's there. But
okay,
otherwise, no way.
All right, I'll put that asterisk. I'll do that asterisk with them. If we win a chip, of course. But that's different.
I concur.
Okay. Yeah, winning cures all.
Otherwise,
So.
no way.
Right. Winning cures it all.
Yeah,
But
otherwise, no way.
Hey man, yo, great show, man. Appreciate y'all coming in, man. Real talk. We just gotta go out there and win tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The sky not falling. We still believe in our team. But we just want to be consistent. And like I said, I'm worried about the 2 games over 500 on the road. I really am. Detroit is like 15, 16 games over 500 on the road. Boston is like 10, 11 games over 500 on the road. We 2 games over 500 on the road, and we 4-7 against 4-8 now against top teams in the last so many games. That's my only concern. That's just it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Other than that, we good to go. I think we got the personnel to win it, to get to the final. We got the personnel to get there, but we just got to make sure we put all the pieces together and get it popping. I think we'll be okay, man.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, salute to you guys, man. Listen, like I said, I'm out here. I didn't download my outro and everything like that, so I'm gonna click on off, man. There's not gonna be no outro and nothing like that. But tomorrow night we back on, man. Let's hope that we win tonight. Go in there and get the Grizzly out the way and get on back. Cause we got Atlanta coming up. Then we close out the home with close out the season with Boston, Toronto, and the Charlotte Hornets, in the Garden. We're a game and a half away from the Celtics because they lost last night to the Hawks. So if we get that win tonight, we get to make up a little ground. So hope we can go out there and get it tonight.
Right back in the mix. Right back in the mix.
Did we show Crim's dad's?
I did.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Once again, my brother, condolences.
Yep. Yeah, there you go. I got the first of Crim's dad, my man. Read that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not leaving because the brother always represent hard for us. He said, "Cat master of rebounds. Angela Reese learned how to shoot layups from Cat. Rebounds caused that Cat to have an extra 5 rebounds a game, getting his misses from Brunson Burner. We'll take Knicks to the finals." There you go. Hey, Crim's dad, you always on point.
My brother, condolences and travel mercy, my brother out there to Shop House. Get home safe,
sir.
Bro.
Yeah, we be in tomorrow, man. Thank y'all both for coming on.
I'll be back in the studio tomorrow, baby.
Yeah,
no doubt. Condolences. Drive safely. Peace to your family and blessings to your family and the whole family, your wife family, and let's go Knicks.
We get a win tonight. We all this stuff we talked about. A lot of it will be minute, but they got to win tonight.
Word.
Crim's dad, thank you for the super chats, my man. I appreciate you, Crim's dad. My man Brian Acosta, as always. Everybody in the chat. Thank y'all. Hit that like, subscribe for your brothers, man. We appreciate y'all being patient with it. Do this non-studio podcast for the next couple of days. Tomorrow night, then we'll be back in the studio on Friday. I'll be home, back in the lab doing what we always do, man. But thank y'all for being patient with me. And to my brothers on the panel, Nick Nation, Jay Cho, the Shop Powers, man. Y'all enjoy that game, and let's go Knicks. Let's get it. We out, man. Peace.
Let's go. That's real talk.
Peace to the chat. Peace. Hey, Shop Power, safe travels, man. I'll see you tomorrow, Brody.
Y'all ready? The trip right there. My trip right there.
There you go.
Peace. You good.
Peace. See y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Later.